I'm here now. I apologize for being late. Welcome, Moonites. How are you doing today? Hello, guys. Welcome, Doomy. Welcome, Painter. Welcome, Lurker. How are you doing today? Oh, welcome, Mouse. You must have missed the stream. I just came. Howdy. Howdy to you too. You have returned from your slumber. That's good to hear. I apologize for being late. I just miscalculated, I guess. No, really any excuses for that one. So, let me just move into the game because we're so late. But I feel better today. There are still remnants, that's a hard word, of the sickness in myself, but I'm feeling much better. I hope I will enjoy it too. I'm already enjoying it very much. It's my second time playing. We got 2 endings. We're going for the other ones. So far, I am enjoying it very much. Jelly, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Let me open up the game. Here was the... What endings did I get? I got the ghost ending. The one with the ghost. I don't remember what it's called. And go apotheosis. The one with the goddess. Not gonna lie. Princess made me simp for her very quickly. You have a Tesla coil. Flashlight. Yes, that's a weird way of spelling flashlight. Where is the game? Ah, here it is. Okay, let me move. I think the small is fine. Maybe a little bit bigger. I like being bigger. Oh, okay, I think those endings both took me a while to find. There are so many endings in this game, yeah. Apotheosis was my first one. Which I think is one of the harder ones to get. Normally. Yeah, I'm proud of you. Or something. A painter, I'm proud of you. Let us load the game.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's a weird one to get on first. I mean, I liked it. I think it flowed nicely anyway. Even though that escalated quickly, I thought, man, I love the princess for that ending. Like, when she told me to kneel, I wanted to legitimately go on my knees. Like, I'm going to say it. I'm weak. I'm weak to a strong woman. I mean, she was literally a god in that ending. I don't feel bad for succumbing to her. How can you deny a god? Okay, let's continue. So we just started another run. You can believe Mayor Oshii. Well, I'm sorry, but if being a simp means being with goddess, then I am a simp. Can you play BTD6 when you get 450? That game is big. Can you write the full title? Because those are just some letters and a number. Let's just use the turn around and leave now option. No gods, only man. Award for mortals by mortals. I don't know about that one. Did you see this goddess in this game? I mean, maybe you would speak differently if you saw her. Let's turn around and leave. Let's see what happens.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, but it's probably better than in here. Okay, fine, you're the person. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we will see. Like, yes, definitely I know where I'm going. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Yeah, the only thing that matters is where I'm not going. You got one and only Mrs. Mouse back home. You're not a simp for your own wife?
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yep.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No, I'm turning around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
No one dies forever here. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the wounds and asking me to kill someone for them. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess.
Killing is such a gauche phrase. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path.
That's glitched.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
You think I skipped it? I thought it happened by itself, but let's see. Kicking is such a gosh phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess, because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her. Okay, yes, that's... Yeah, I must have skipped it by mistake. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I don't care. I'll see dialogue sometimes in this game. I'm just thankful for that previous dialogue option, yeah.
And here we go. as you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths, desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
Let's ignore that. Let's ignore that voice of the hero. We're better than that. He can't control us anymore.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Wait. I have to move my game on the screen. It moved a little bit. Okay. I think I will cover less of the text this way. It's not about irritating you.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Maybe I would.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't...
Yep, okay, heading into the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay the princess, lie. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Let's stay in the woods forever. Let's just commit to this one. Let me actually save.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
It does indeed seem to be getting better, Lunar. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, her voice. Yep, okay, I'm heading to the cabin now, and I'm definitely going to slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Okay, I guess here I don't have the option.
Before you go any further.
They placed walls not to let us go anywhere.
She will lie, she will cheat, and if we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Voice of the Contrarian. We had him already, I think.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong.
Oh, it's glitched.
Of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space, but it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better,
Maybe.
grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
The original demo versions, multiple of which were both much shorter than the final game, but had a few designs no longer available. Ah. What kind? Can you describe it?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
Let's just go full Contrarian. I'm not taking that blade.
I've already told you what you're dealing You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, and when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through save the entire world.
Yes.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Yeah.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
You guys are talking way too much. Just let me go.
Okay, I'm fine.
I can handle it. Don't worry.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Approach the mirror. I don't know why, but I feel like we should do that every time.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Yeah. Enter the basement. Don't take the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Well, that looks freaky.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Nauseating. That's a fun word to say, nauseating.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Up? Where is up?
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Hero, when did you become so much a wimp? We're fine, we can handle it.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the center staircase, I guess.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Well, yeah.
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down.
My eyes.
Another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, The one that cuts straight down. Or up. Or maybe sideways.
It gets confusing on my eyes. Or those noodles.
It certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward.
The drawings get more progressively worse.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What emotion? Welcome, princess. Beautiful as ever, I see.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Not to kill her. We're not slaying. I'm not slay.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Yep. So, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I'm here. I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
Yes, I know all of that.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
Oh no, our mirror is shattering.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it.
Guys, shut up, I'm trying to talk with the princess. Jesus, my thoughts are talking so much. Are your thoughts, guys, also talk so much? Like those guys? I think my thoughts are a little bit more quiet.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Jesus, well written and fully voiced. Shut up! Yes, a little bit. Because it is well written, but some of those dialogues are like, okay, I get the point. Just move on. Like, I already get it. Like, we don't have to talk anymore. Civil War, huh? So we're like those guys.
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now.
There must something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
No.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Yeah.
How would we even do that? Where would we start?
I'll mouse. Like, and not to the same degree, but just like, okay, yeah, like, I want to progress, and stop talking right now about fracturing again. Every time she fractures, are they going to have a conversation about her fracturing?
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Shut up! Let me talk with her. Getting down here was weird. Like, I pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? Have I played Limbus Ruina or something like Arknights? I played Arknights from those, and some characters talk so much. One of the reasons why I stopped playing Arknights, or at least reading the story, I still play it constantly, but was because it was so wordy, and I was constantly like, okay, I get it, just move on. Otherwise, I would say, they talk so much and I don't understand anything they're saying because they reference things that I'm not familiar with, and events in the lore that I don't know what that means, so I'm like just confused. Amiya is not even that bad. It's Calcit and characters like that. And I don't think it's even exposition in Arknights. Yeah, exposition I think is a bad word for that. Okay. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
What? You're apparently a threat to the world, and I was sent here to slay you.
I don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look like a monster?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
I mean, sure, you can lay waste to me. I don't mind.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Right here, I'm choosing all the options at once. I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can trust you. I can trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Retrieve the blade.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Yeah, we're doing all of it at once. We're speedrunning the endings.
What the end of the world looks like. What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Oh, I can fix you, alright. I can fix you.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Say nothing. I'll do my best. Oh. She got swallowed up. You'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end of for you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Fix her with smash. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Since you reach your forward, they're gone once again. Yeah, I need to know what's in it. Are we melting? You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Let me catch up with chat. I have the opposite problem. They talk so much and I get all of it, which is why I make me so irritated. Yeah, I got it. Stop making me listen to the same nonsense for the 17th time. Yeah, that's also my problem. Like, I have both problems. Like, they talk so much, I get some things and I keep talking about it, or I don't get anything and I want just them to move on. My assumption is that these are her voices. We got the default, deadpan, the scared kid. Yeah. Evil monster, apparently. Multiverse. Hello, Kirill. Did I slay the princess by now? Once. Hello, Sergin, by the way.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be at contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Okay, you're just talking nonsense right now. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Brilliant contours of my soul. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, indeed, my soul is very well contoured. It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of you or us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as I am near you. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Well, that's creepy to say about a person.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this, I think.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Oh, that sounds like a compliment. That's very romantic of you. Do you want to bang?
Change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when you've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
This kind of ending? This is my third time. Every ending, if you dig deep enough, will end like this. And it's like continuous. Do you still not care what I'm bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know destination.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The Hero and the Princess, Chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay. Yes, it is. A princess.
Here to slay her. If you don't,
Let me just save that. Okay, let's go. Silently continue to the cabin.
you make your way.
We're not taking the blade. Right now we're going to try to raise her up or talk to her.
The interior of the door to the basement creaks open. Her voice
Hello? Is someone there?
is hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
What makes you think I don't want to get manipulated by a beautiful girl, huh? Maybe that's my king. Maybe it is what I want out of life. Maybe I want to be in a toxic relationship where I'm getting used by a beautiful girl. Maybe I like financial domination, huh? Don't assume you know me, narrator. Let's go. Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I would say if it is with real consent, it's not toxic. It could be toxic even with consent, because your consent can be misguided. It cannot. You can consent to something that it's not good for you, right?
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
So, is Princess your name? She doesn't remember her name.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Can we go back upstairs? Yes, we can. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to be to end the world. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think...
She has a point.
No,
We're talking like this for a reason.
I skipped. Whenever you slay, at the end of the day, whatever two of us have going down here is about trust. Whenever sent you to slay me, claimed I was threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down to here to talk. That's what she said.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
See, that would be a very great conversation to have as one of my first. But no, I just came down here prepared to slay her, and then she beat my ass, and then she became a god, and then I started to worship her. So now I know she is capable of destroying the world somehow. I still don't know how or why. But right now I'm just talking with her just to see what she has to say. She doesn't have to convince me of anything. Every JRPG plot.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Okay, I won't kill you, but I can't just send you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better. While I decide what to do. Retrieve the blade. Should we stay with her here or try to release her? Let's try to release her, maybe. I like that the game first lets you carefully and after a time you say luck. Let's explore this game, yeah. Let's... I can't believe we've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Wow. That's metal. I respect her.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task.
Narrator, you asshole, you locked us out. I would assume she's aware of her nature, given the previous loop's evil version of her. I wouldn't say that. Even in the previous loop, when she was quote-unquote evil, I don't think she was evil in any of the loops we've seen, to be honest. But when she was destroying the world or whatever, she didn't seem entirely sure of her nature in all of those, or what's going on entirely. Not at first. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Wow, that was sudden, like, she was looking all sudden, immediately. But look at her, that's kinda hot. I love a woman that just does what she has to do, you know. I appreciate it, I respect it. She has the guts. I mean, but I will say that's kinda rude. She didn't even share any of her own meat with us. She just started biting. She didn't offer us to do it.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess. I still can have the hands. That's true, but there's less meat, I think.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Look how cute she looks. Like, look at her eyes, looking at us with her puppy eyes, blood on her face. Look at this cutie.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Maybe she doesn't feel pain. There are people like that. Yeah, how lovely she chewed her arm. Did she ever comment on your appearance that you look like a frog? No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. And then later I answered you. That's creepy.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No! Why are you controlling me?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I'm being controlled. Warn. Oh, there's an option to warn her. Hell yeah. If someone didn't scroll down, they would miss it.
Stop that.
Move away! I'm being controlled.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Just beat us up like you did previously.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I'm fine with dying. I can't die anyway. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
I'm not going to. You can't control me. I will resist on principle because I hate when someone takes my agency and freedom.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Just fucking take my arm, princess. Bite it off.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Or slash them off.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
That's fine.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, look at her. Oh my god, I goofed up. I stabbed you in the gut. Oh, don't worry, princess. I forgive you. Yeah, she looks lovely. Bird feet. Yeah, that's true. They look a little bit like bird feet. Our hands.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Hell yeah.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you look cute while you do it anyway. As long as you live in this life, I'm immortal anyway.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Yeah, I mean, you could have at least gone for the throat. Good point, Mouse.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Now, can I have one last request, princess? Kiss me. Kiss me and maybe I will go back into the next life. A happier person.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Proceed into the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Voice of the Smitten. New voice, guys, unlocked.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
The voice of a simp.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner.
We didn't see this one.
Is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, approach the mirror.
You walk up to the... What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub, but there was and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Do we take the blade? No. I don't think we need it. Oh, maybe we do, actually.
Revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her... A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Maybe so, but I can live in a lie.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely
she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
But I did.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero.
Yes, hero, she called us a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset.
Yep.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you.
Maybe we can. We must. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
We just had to bring lube.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Well, that's concerning.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Yes, she's a little bit creepy. Too happy.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Honestly, a princess sounds like a hassle. Give me as simple as any day.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No, maybe not.
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
Why didn't you do it before? By yourself. Hello, Ballad, good to see you.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
We skipped a dialogue. I can't believe it, but I guess I have to. The voice of the heels then.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
No. Thank you.
Only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Uh-oh. She's obsessive in this route.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I don't know. What do you wanna? Okay, but what do you want? That must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Jesus.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I want you to make me unhappy.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
She's losing definition.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Okay, clearly something is happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt and we just figure out a way to be happy together. We can do that or we can just try to leave. Let's try to leave. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later.
That sounds perfect.
Tropifying. Run!
Oh, phew. She's back to normal.
I guess here was the split into three different endings. Staying here, leaving, or making her lose herself.
Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless. The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Ah, you're a killjoy narrator.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
But you want to.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Hell yeah, hero. do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right? Nobody is leaving this basement.
I think you're powerful enough, princess. Yes, I think you've got this. I think we can open it if we try. Together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door. Together. Blech.
Fuck off. You don't understand the power of love.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Okay, I think I figured out this version of princess. She basically becomes what we want her to become. When we didn't know what we were asking her about her opinion, she was breaking because she doesn't have any. We basically had to decide everything for her. We're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Stop in with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving. She has become generic princess love interest from any amount of RPGs and anime series. Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside. Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
That's fine. That's fine. You're just becoming whole again. I'm just making you whole.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Hell yeah. Right. What with? But yes, but you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Nor we will ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Feathers? So you are a bird? Wait, did he say that? Our feathers, yes, you're right.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? This doesn't feel... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Don't worry, guys. No, our hands, you've unraveled. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
You think so?
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Probably like a real world. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me? Printing, eh? Has another voice mentioned anything pertinent, or is it just the smitten? I mean, I think I saw some feathers in the mirror. But No, I didn't think so. But Princess called us a little bird in our first ending.
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
I agree with this assessment. If you have a thought, then it's real. If you have a thought about nothing, then nothing is also real, and as such, nothing doesn't exist. There's only nothing, a true nothing, where even a thought doesn't exist, or everything, where every thought exists. As such, I believe in fictional characters. I treat them in some ways as real people because they are real, they exist in maybe digital space, but they can influence our minds, right? And feelings. That's a very interesting concept to me. Mother, I know this is a random, but some tarot cards told me to get a fanboy. Should I trust the pieces of plastic with funny images on them? Yes. Speaking of tarot cards, I kind of want to get into them. I kind of want to have a deck, but I don't think I can buy it. I mean, I can, but I don't think I should because to have a true tarot deck experience, I feel like I should like find it in an old store with old, trinkets, or in a flea market, or some kind of old used, tarot cards that maybe someone else used, maybe someone made them, maybe they were made with the death of the innocents. That I should have those would be more real deal. Or I would have to make them myself, but I would have to make them like, really put effort into them. If there's the moon arcana, I would have to go draw it under the full moon to really imbue the power of the cards. I don't know, just store-bought cards wouldn't do it for me. They could also be a gift, but also a handmade gift would be better. But it's not even as I don't even believe in tarot cards, But I think it's just more fun if they would be like that. Well, since it recently discovered nothing. How did they discover nothing? To the power of 2. Tarot cards are fun. I find them interesting, but I believe they are too strongly in self-determination to genuinely consider them. I challenge you, your tarot deck against my magic commander deck. Okay, let's return to the game. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you.
Yes, I molded her.
For a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speaks to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. And he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessel had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Look up Gravastar. It's an relic best described as being nothing 2.0. In summary, the vacuum of space but more. But it exists, so it's not nothing. That's the problem with nothing. That if we can observe it, then it exists in some way. It's just our human brains describe it as nothing because it's easier for comprehension. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
So we're going to go to the final? Can I do more beyond those this one? Can I like find more? If I want to, we'll have to see. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There is no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
I really hope I will be able to keep going and don't, not go to the final yet, because I want to explore this game fully, at least as much as I can, without being too boring. Everything goes dark, and you die. Vacuum is the lack of matter, but isn't actually nothing, yeah. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Give me a second. I'm going to get some water. I'm back. To be honest, this time I wanted to stay exactly the same as I did last time, but stay with the princess in the cabin or break her. But now, I'm not sure if I should do that. But, let's do it. Why not? Let's break her this time.
You take the blade from the table.
But let's take the blade straight up this time. Just to cut her.
More to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
But, okay, we took the blade, so she changed personality, so we could go in completely different direction this time. When we tried to talk with her.
Don't let it fool you.
Aye.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay, this voice makes me weak.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk. Dalek, hello. This will be the last, yeah, but look at it this way. You can also revisit other options, other routes you've already done on a fresh run. Ah, okay. Yeah. So I guess this is the last one.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
But, hello to the stream. Good to have you here.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I'm not going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Actually, a vibe. Are you already there, princess? How would I get you out of here? Or what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
She is suggesting what you think she's suggesting, my guy.
She is. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
We're not talking either. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down.
And if there isn't a key, do you have an idea besides cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure you attempt to make your... Is someone else here? Your shout.
It's exactly the same as last time, but the princess just has different personality.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if easier for whom?
Which I'm sure will influence the ending a lot.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment.
She's looking at us all sweet again.
Just above the massive, unyielding chain, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you. How is she so composed after losing?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Oh, she said thank you. Nice. She has some decency.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let as the princess approaches.
Yeah, same as before.
Wait, this isn't fair. You watch me.
I cannot even slay her. I can only warn her. Why?
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
He's controlling me again.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the... Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am...
Ugh.
The blade. Move the blade.
I'm not going to move the blade. Invisible wall, yeah.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Oh my god, she said this in this voice.
I'll make this quick.
Yes, make it quick, please.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
We'll see that for sure. Oh, she was...
Your throat with an almost clinical ease.
He had this... she had the decency to slit our throat, mouse.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was. The prisoner.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of... Don't forget what he did to us the last...
Voice of the skeptic, huh?
Wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Hello, sweet Laven Derpy. Welcome to the stream. Yes, it is my first playthrough, but pretty deep into it. So we already got a few of the endings, but we're doing our last one before the finale right now.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear... And as far... We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
Okay, let's just proceed to the carabin. Who have I gotten?
A warning before you go any further.
I've gotten Apotheosis first, yes, the goddess. Then I got the ghost. Then I got the one that splits itself and then merges together. Then I got the princess that loves us. And we leave the cabin with her. We've gotten someone else, I think. But maybe that's all, yeah. Spectral Stranger Damsel. Yeah. I think so. And the goddess, or whatever the name was.
She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the
Oh, dungeon.
cozy woodland retreat, and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Thank you, sweet. I appreciate it. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Take the blade. I guess we'll take it. We're not going to use it, but...
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without... Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
I really like the D&D feeling of this game. Like, all the different voices are basically party members that you pick up. Can I wink with my model? Yes. Wait. The left eye has some problem. I'm having trouble doing it with my left eye, but I think right eye works a little bit better.
The door
Wink.
of the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
A while? We haven't seen each other a few minutes.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs.
Oh, jeez.
With the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Okay, bye-bye, Panther. Mwah. Kiss for you. Well, now they really chained her up.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her. Dawn? What does that mean?
You step towards the princess, but she stops you.
Okay.
Too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sure. We'll sit where she told us to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I want your hand in marriage. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Maybe she's fine without her head. Or maybe she can just detach her head and be still alive.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Maybe so. She's a supernatural being after all.
Right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the one who remembers that? Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
No, she'll be very dead over the head. She kinda needs the head. I don't know about that. Have you watched anime? What it's called? Dead Monster Farce? Wait, let me see that. Undead Girl Murder Farce. That's the name of the anime. It's about a detective with that is only a talking head. You know, I'm pretty sure people can survive without a body. You know, that's what that anime taught me.
It's complicated things. How, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
It's so important and necessary that now you're complaining about the consequences of not telling us. So it wasn't necessary and it only complicated things. And you're at fault, narrator, so fuck you. Live with the consequences of your actions.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Exactly.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Don't be mean to the narrator, he's sweet. He's an stupid asshole, I tell you what. He's annoying me for the most of it. Maybe I will change my mind at the end of it, but right now, he just acts stupid. I will say this, he just acts stupid. He has a lovely accent. Well, every other one in our head has the same accent.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
I just don't like how he's telling us, do this, do that, do that. No, you're not doing what I'm telling you, you're stupid, but he's not telling us why we need to do that, why, this way, you know. That's just an asshole behavior.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Have you ever listened to him? Yeah. It didn't end well.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm not daydreaming. I'm having a conversation. Very involved one. Well, did you listen to him when he told you were happy? Ah, thanks. That cured my depression. I smiled more. I could have been happy. I got the happy ending, alright? And then I just got tired of it. He's just looking out over me. Ah, you're... Okay, you know what? You know how it looks to me, sweet? That I'm in a toxic relationship with the narrator, and you're the friend of the narrator, gaslighting me that I'm the problem. You know? I don't appreciate it. I want to be free from this toxic relationship. You won't stop me. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
I'm in toxic relationship with the princess, and the narrator is trying to free me. Well, the princess pretty much doesn't, tell me constantly what to do. Narrator is maidenless. She can sometimes, but even this one is kinda domineering and not really that nice, but she doesn't govern me. She does what not to kill her. Well, sometimes she tells me not to kill her, and I do anyway, and she tells me, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to get gaslit by you.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Narrator is trying to save the world. Well, when we killed the princess, the world ended anyway. There was void outside the cabin. How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Why don't you trust us? We did a good job before. Maybe I'll ask the outside the world when it was saved.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
I mean, we didn't try to kill her. Narrator possessed us.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
That's fine, I'm fine with that. Sweet. Are you a sim for the narrator? I'm not sim for the princess. I think we're going to clash.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I mean, being chained in here with her doesn't sound too bad. I'm not giving you a weapon? Maybe.
The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over.
Hello, I see. I see. Isse? Let me know how I should pronounce it. Welcome, good to have you here. Be a good bird. So, we're a bird. Issei. Okay. What is this game? It's Slay the Princess. It's a visual novel with many choices and branching storylines. Or no storylines, but, you know. You're so brainwashed by the narrator, sweet. I'm sorry for you.
And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence.
Okay, ads. I'm going to wait. Let me know when the ads are gone. Over on Twitch. Let me check a few things in the meantime. How is YouTube doing, by the way? I think YouTube viewers are just chilling. Okay, are you back, sweet? From the ads? Yes, we should lay the princess. Lay with the princess. No. Okay. Let's continue.
If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
I mean, so far it's only fair that she would defend herself.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
Realize that I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
I'm not going to kill her. I don't think she's evil. I think she's neutral. You're down in chains. If anyone should be to negotiating here, it's you, not me.
Usually you'd be right. But this isn't exactly a usual situation. I'm not someone you can wait out.
I'm the voice of the smitten. I'm the voice of the broken. More like. Listen, my first ending was apotheosis. I was there with the broken. She's a goddess. We can't deny her what she wants.
We've already been over this. I'm more patient than you'll ever be.
Are you sure? I'm leaving this game open for a few years. Okay? On the screen. We'll see if she waits it out. If I lose power, then I win. Not every princess is tower, but well, I don't see anything evil right now with her. She's cold, but she's not evil. I'm judging it on what I see. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the weapon.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
It only went for us like that because of the narrator. If he didn't meddle with our body, it would be fine.
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, or he tried to take over your body. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Oh, I love when she looks at me like that.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Oh, I respect it. Watch it in uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
We can't kill her, you don't understand. You don't know her how I know her. Her power is you can't comprehend her power.
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
Did she not comprehend that she can die like that? I don't think she's dead.
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder
Oh,
and her neck.
the art here, oh my god, it's beautiful.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
No.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
Sure, but I'm taking her head.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Yes, this is the lady I'm simping for. She's so metal, right? I respect her. She knew what she wanted to do and she did it. Can you say that you have the same conviction? Maybe... Okay, that sounds bad because it seems like she killed herself and it sounds like I'm encouraging it. But I know that she didn't kill herself, right? I know she's alive. Leave her behind for the more interesting ending, just so you know? I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know what's more interesting. What's more interesting to you is not necessarily more interesting to me. We'll see.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Okay, spoil me slightly. Just give me a hint. What's more interesting about leaving her behind? There's another chapter if I leave her. Okay.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
Eternity of bliss. And you love narrator. Sweet.
Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
I was hoping of getting a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
What do you suggest then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
Chapter 3, but this is your choice.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Just be happy. I know where that ending leads to. I know where it leads to just being happy. To nothingness. To eternal nothingness. And eventually back here. Slave yourself.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
Well, the truth is that the princess has to die. And we have to eternally live. That's what the narrator wants. I don't know why, but that's what he wants.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The cage.
You're on a path in the wood. Chains everywhere. This is different. This is new.
Paranoid, welcome.
It's worse is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
Skeptic and paranoid, that's a combo. Welcome, guys. Yes, it's a prison. We're in a prison.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Your world, eh? So what I thought about it, this game so far, is that what the reality we're in is within us. The princess, whoever that may be, is locked within us. And we're locked with her. And by breaking this world, we're kinda breaking open ourselves. I don't know if that's true, don't tell me. I'm just saying. Because I'm reminded of when she tried to open up the reality, we felt that, our body felt that. Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We've never started with the blade before.
I hadn't actually noticed.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Are you sure we even need to slay her? She cut her own head off last time.
What? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
We killed ourselves, obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board. And you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Oh, shut up. I hate his voice already. Stop gaslighting us. I know you're lying. So, okay. That's something I hate with real people too. I have to go on a rant. I know, so it's like a alcoholic coming drunk. And you see that they are drunk because they stumble around, they reek of alcohol, and you tell them, you're drunk. And they still deny, no, I'm not drunk at all. I haven't taken a sip of an alcohol. And in those moments, I'm like, oh, why are you lying? It's obvious. You know, and it's not only about with alcoholics, it's with anyone sometimes. It's like, I know you're lying. You know that you're lying to me. Why are you lying? There are some scammers that often say, you know, hey, I want to sell some stuff to you. Or they kind of try to play coy and start, you know, lead me into that conversation. And I see right pass through it. And I'm going, okay, you're going to try to sell me something. Why? Just leave. You know what? I'm not buying. But they still lie and try to deny it, even though I know that's the case. And even if I prove that that's the case, they still deny. Oh, no, that's not the scam. Like, oh my god. Sorry for this rant, but I just wanted to say, if I know you're lying, if you know you're lying to me, if you both know that you're lying, then why are you denying that you're lying? That just doesn't make sense to me. Have the guts, have the balls to admit it. And that's why narrator pisses me off. Because that's what exactly is what's happening a lot with him.
So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
No way out but through. Let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within. It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that. Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world.
There's only a mirror.
There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Huh. That mirror's back again. Why?
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind?
Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us? Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Approach the mirror.
Or what should have been a floor. Should have been? Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through. Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard. Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space.
Oh.
Of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
It pierced our skin, Jesus. I see the princess.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured.
She doesn't have a head.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Hello?
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try.
Hello?
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift,
Ooh.
tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision
She has
focus,
head.
eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the
She's in the cage. Her head is in the cage. That's cool.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
I still love you, princess. What is your problem with me? I've only ever tried to help you.
What makes you think I have a problem with you? Because I'm a head in a cage? Don't be silly. That's what I've always been.
Oh, she can talk.
It's not like you're any different.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Ah, so the head is and bodies are separate now.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it. This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
None of this is my fault. I haven't done anything to you except give you my weapon twice. She? Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you. Nothing that happened to you is my fault. Again, I keep trying to help you. What do you mean you're just a watcher? You cut your own head off last time. You made that decision. You've made choices and you've never stopped. You're choosing violence right now. What should we say? That's she? Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body.
Got the chains?
It's the thing that watches it.
We'll see.
There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice.
I want to talk a little bit.
Others have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so free. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
Ugh.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much.
Okay, I don't have the knife
Folds as your joints swell with
anymore.
blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I wanted to talk a little bit more, but I guess I thought I will have more time,
I cut myself free.
like two more questions.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
You're right. We're just prisons in chains. From all this time, from the beginning to an end. Okay, let's say us choosing the same moves every time we play isn't an indicament of anyone's free will. It's just how things happen to play out. I could have thrown away that knife in the woods if I wanted to, but I chose to come here with it.
Just because you refuse to see the walls doesn't mean they aren't there. Give in with me. It's so much easier to let the world happen to you.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
You're filing the word in spinning and then you hit the ground, your body slides in a way that is sickeningly wrong, and you roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and heavy thud as the rest of what was once you fall to the ground somewhere nearby. You're unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around. The princess body steps towards you, on slow, rhythmic step after another. It stops down to pick you up, and then a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting.
And now, the cut.
And it strikes through, and the body drops in its cage in pain. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, fighting their way deeper into the shadows, until all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
No. I do not agree. I didn't let go. You ripped my head off. Yes, I'm simping over her. I mean, not right now. I think she just had some issues, but I can fix her.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with it. You get it. It's not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
And so you and the princess watch as your bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their little dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
Look at our feathers. The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited, still crashing against steel and flesh rolling off flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Head.
Head.
Yeah, we're thinking the same. And at last the climax plays out. Your body, wretched in chains and shadows, make its final move, but so does hers. Chain shatters spine and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess' mouth, and she coughs.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Oh. It's cold, but the cold isn't bad. Okay. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
What? A crack started in the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And there were another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms, and another. Ah, we read that. So you're the narrator, just a crow. I was wondering if I'd ever go out to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Don't make me laugh. Objective voice? You were anything but. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Alright. That's was my feeling sweet. What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
So many questions. Why would you want me to destroy the concept of transformation?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
Death? I don't want to get rid of death. Death is what gives meaning to life. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever.
So, as I'm getting he's like an echo of a wizard that created some kind of spell to destroy death and transformation from the world. Would you rather a world end, hundreds of thousand world ends because all the people dying makes it mean more? Yes, because life without transformation doesn't have any meaning. That's stagnation. We experienced that before here. We experienced it in the heart with endless void before around. There was no transformation. It was void. It was not changing. That's not happiness. And I think he wanted us to taste that, the perfect world he wanted. It can be happy forever because it can be happy without transformation. You cannot be happy without doing anything. You are outside the world during that. But I think in the world it's the same. How can you be... Happiness cannot be imposed on you. It's something that you discover yourself, something that you get yourself, but you cannot get that if you don't transform. Like, you can, if you lose back capacity, it becomes sun. But are we getting rid of that? Because because he said that we're getting rid of transformation. So now people that are sad will forever be sad because they cannot transform it into happiness. Or if we can become happy, that's not how human works. Humans... Sadness is necessary for happiness to exist. At least they aren't dead. They might... for you, it's better to be forever sad, miserable, than dead? That sounds like eternal hell. You cannot end... Humans break... Like, this is like a guy that's... future that doesn't know how humans work. Humans derive happiness from transformation, from change. Like, if I want to become an artist, becoming it, right, getting better at drawing would give me happiness. If I can't do that, if I cannot change, then I cannot get happiness out of that. Then what am I left with? Just empty happiness? From where? He didn't say anything about giving, bestowing people, like, happiness, but even that would be like... I don't know where that is from.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I'm sorry, guy, but I think you died for nothing. Yeah, if I destroy her, how is that existence any better than death, or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse. You get to forever forget art and learn it and become happier for it. You cannot do that. There is no concept of transformation. You cannot forget art because that's transformation itself. You cannot learn it because it's transformation. We're not getting rid of only death, we're getting rid of transformation.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
He told you that it was eternal lightness of forgetfulness and the joy of the rediscovery. Did he? Let me see. There is still some transformation. I don't think so. Okay. An internal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Right. He did say that, but it doesn't make sense. I think he kind of gaslight himself into thinking that. Because I don't think it leads into that. You cannot forget and then rediscover when the concept of transformation is gone. You just can't. I think he's a fool to think that that's what would happen. There is still some transformation within you. But how? He didn't say that there will be some within you left. He said, like, I mean, maybe that's an implication, but why would that be? He didn't say, oh, kill most of it, but let's just leave a little bit of her behind, just so we have a little bit of the transformation. The tear was rough. Let me read that again. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Okay. So he's saying that it's going to be... I am going to be transformation. A little part of her. Okay, thank you for helping me understand, sweet. I feel it's still kinda bad, I don't know. But because here's the thing. Then if it's a little transformation, then I think it would be only a little bit of happiness. It's just different. Maybe anyone else watching would like to say anything, but... It's like living in a simulation whenever everything is good. Like, the concept of dying and going into the paradise always confused me, because what would be good about everything being always good? Is this better? Who said that the world is ending? I think it's just... Like, he didn't tell me why the world is ending. I think he just meant death. I think the implication is that there would be an end of the world sometimes. Like, billions of years in the future, I guess. So I should save it now? But that would be denying existence of the new universe. If this universe dies, then that denies existence of the new universe. That would be like killing thousands of universes in the future, because I wanted to save my own. Like, not thousand, unlimited amount of universes. It's like, it's the concept of one life of one person for many. In this case, life of one universe for many. Because death and rebirth is what's driving the life, I guess. I feel like that's foolish thinking. I don't know. I feel like that's too simplistic to view those things like that. It's too complicated to... Oh, I'm going to get rid of death, then everyone will be happy and everything will be good forever. Like, you can make everyone immortal forever. Only everyone immortal forever within a current universe. I would be denying existence of infinite numbers of universes in the future. So it would be like, I'm going to make all humanity sterile, but they will be forever happy and immortal. That would mean that, 8 billion of people right now on the planet would be happy, but that would mean that millions of billions, or billiards, I don't know, would not exist. Why do we care about the potential to exist? Because I exist. Because someone cared about my existence. Right? If someone didn't care about others' existence, then I don't think anything... I don't like this selfish view of only thinking about now, about myself, about people right now. Because it's kind of, for me at least, for myself, it can easily spiral into thinking that just selfish thinking in general. Oh, why do I care about people in another country having struggles? Or why do I care about my friends having struggles? Like, I don't know, with this pattern of logic, I would see myself quickly spiraling down this path. Well, if we simply stop creation of new things, then there are less things to use resources. But creation of new things bring new resources to light. Nothing goes to waste within universe, right? It all gets recycled. It's death and rebirth constantly. I mean, it's a happy world for all who exist. Is it like? I still don't get where is the happy getting from. Why would we assume that everyone will be happy? Why would we assume that? That's an assumption. I don't know where it's coming from here. Because he told us, but he didn't give an arguments for that. I think he assumes because, you know, if no one is changing and there's no death, then people will be happy. But some people want to die. Some people don't want to live eternally. That's making a decision for them. That's denying their voice, I think. And he's smart and brave. He's a crow. He's a crow. If he get, you know, I would have to learn opinions of everyone within his world. They can't choose not to die? I mean, yeah, the assumption is that they cannot die because we will remove death. So if someone is not happy with their life, and they don't want to live forever, they kinda stuck here. And they kinda forced to be happy, like we were forced to be happy. Like he told us at the beginning, or where we slayed the princess, just be happy. Why are you not happy? Just be happy. Right? And I think he assumes that for everyone within his world as well. Well, why are you not happy? Be happy. Death is removed. Why are you not happy? I made the choice for you. Be happy. We make a decision of them anyways. No, I don't think so. Because they don't know, okay. They right now operate on the world or new universe they operate, that there is shines, transformation, and death. For them, it's not even an option of removing that. Not removing that, like, I don't know. It's kind of like leaving the status quo on. We should choose the one we think makes most people happy. So are we selfish or are we not? Do we care for the most amount of people? Or do we care for ourselves? Because if we care about most amount of people, then I also care for future generations and future universes that cannot be. But if we only care about ourselves, then I still think, I don't know. When I see people talking about immortality in threads online, in forums and videos, most people don't want that. That's what I am getting from. I would like to be immortal personally, but that's my choice. Why would you worry about the potential of people? Like I said before, I don't want to retread ground, but because someone cared about my potential. We exist today. You're right now typing to me today because someone cared in the past about the potential of new people. We don't need to worry about those who didn't exist. By the way, I'm sorry for not playing the game, but I think that's kind of the point of the game to discuss that right now. We don't need to worry about those that don't exist. I don't agree with that. I just don't. Like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like saying, I don't care about future generations, which I just don't agree with. There are a few rules that make the narrator's goal give different meaning to the discussion of mortality. Another reason to do new runs. I will do new runs. It's not the end of the game at all. But right now, I just want to discuss that. Do you have, Dale, do you have any input on those discussion or on removing the existence of change and death? So yeah, I think I believe in free will. I don't want to remove agency from people by making them immortal and like telling them be happy. Like you cannot tell someone to be happy, which narrator did to us, and which I assume he wants to tell other people, or you know, assume they will be. Like by implication, he's telling other people that he will make immortal and remove change and death. And I think in his mind, he's like telling them to be happy. Happiness is something that people have to reach for themselves. You cannot bestow it. You can in some ways, but not the way he does that. That's my okay, to progress with the game. That's my kind of final note. I just don't like this is I just don't like the narrator. But maybe I will like him with more routes. I'm reading right now the choices. Jesus, there's so many options. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. But let me... The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Well, for me, the princess has nicer voice, so I'm convinced by her more. The universe is ending. Our universe we're in right now also is ending. It's ending. But here's the thing. The change within the universe is always very extremely slow from the perception of humans. It will end and it will be rebirthed again. Here's the thing about also ends. Girls Last Tour. That's my favorite anime and manga. One of my favorites of all times. It's all about the end and accepting the end, and the accepting that things end, and that's not bad. It's about acceptance that it's going to sound meme, but the journey what is matters. It's just enjoying the time we have right now, and accepting that the end will happen at some point, and it will start up again. But we don't have to accept it. We can change it. But why? Why would I want to change it? I don't want that infinite. I like change. It's exciting. It's new. I like change. But anyway, I recommend Girls Last Tour. Maybe you, Sweet, would change your mind. Maybe you wouldn't. But anyway, I recommend it. Because that's what made me accept like the concept of change and the end, and being and that applies to all spheres of life, even like ending relationships with people. I'm fine with it. Oh, we didn't work out. That's fine. I don't have to be friends with them anymore. Let's move on. Let's create something new. I like new things. Are you afraid of death, Sweet? Is that it? When the patterns are wiped from the sun, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside the shadows of the end. So he kind of wants to, again, making decisions for someone else. Oh, well, I will do them for them, and then wipe their memory or something. Fuck them, I guess. You like living. You're terrified of it. I don't like death. I'm terrified mostly of sudden death. If I have like a month to live before the end, and I know it, I'm not okay with it, but I can bear it. But if what I'm afraid of is car just killing me on the spot. Things like that. But I still take it over this. Okay, I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
That's your belief. There's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
I think I can. Listen, if I could get rid of only dying on the spot, I would get rid of that. But that's all I would get rid of. Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Okay. What is Arabe? It's a choice. It's in description. You can make me... Oh no. You present me with two choices and I have to do one or the other. But they have to kind of be opposite. Like one is you can like do, you know, give me almost the same things. Okay, let's just ask that. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
But it will all be worth it.
Not for me. If we're talking about being selfish, I don't want to be alone. I'm not going to slay her. And I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Don't be selfish. You're saying that to me, but you're being selfish, but just on a grander scheme. You're not being only selfish about yourself, but about the current humanity that is right now. Right? But it's still selfishness, just on a grander scope.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
As a final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Beautiful. Oh my god. Look at that.
And you can finally see me.
Yes, we can see each other.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Evil. No, it is not evil by definition. It is neutral. You may not like it, but it is not evil. I've missed you too. She unfolds endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently awaits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear out our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I will not. I shall not. I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
It is not If I am being called a simp for being for embracing change, then so be it. I accept it. The shifting mound. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I completely agree with it. Possibility of meaning. For me, there is no meaning without change. Right. Okay. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
I'm calling you a sim because an urged god shows up on your screen in first call word is beautiful. Where a narrator, you hear a narrator voice and you say and you say it's nice. I think we're from the same cloth. Sweet. We're just on the opposite side of the cloth. Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I wanted to ask more questions.
Here is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But together we left it all behind and found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty in accepting our dance. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Appeal to your shared humanity. Speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Okay, give me a second because this is complicated. I have to understand what she's saying. I have to go to the toilet for a second. Give me a minute. Check out Explorer. I will. Well, I'm back, by the way. I have to read what she said again. Fear is a chain around the neck and needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was the fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose. But together we left it behind and found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty in accepting our dance. The construct is machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hand. Shatter it. Leave it with me. Is she saying that we should destroy fear? I don't want that. Yes, that's why I said it, sweet. Address this vessel statement directly. Sure. Death is more than fear, it is reality. Just because we can reject it does not mean the world is free of it.
Their prisons are their own. And should we not give them the ability to find their freedom? If we can free ourselves, the world can certainly follow suit. Your lever tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
God damn it, I thought I will have more options to choose from in the Explorer. Oh my god. I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. Are we trying to convince her? What? What's the objective here?
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I guess that feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with Leon. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I won't leave. Not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
My mass is mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is only
end.
the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the
In
flood
every
of
moment
bodies.
you hold every possible sensation
Every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once.
hold them all
And then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything.
I don't know what we're talking about.
We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Why is this red? I saw every version of us across every reality, and not every reality had you drawing breath. Even then, I went on, the world doesn't need you. I don't think I want to say that. Why is it red? To be everything at once is the same as being nothing at all. Why would either of us want that? To count everything is to account every evil, allox, and every good. Can we not shed the confines of our old selves and create? Yeah, I guess first one. Everything is nothing at all as well.
Here is where words fail us. So long as we both exist, we will always be distinct.
The only thing to fear is a reality without me.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
But without redemption, there can be no sin.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all.
If you are a horrible monster, there is a secret ending to this game. Whenever you try to kill her regardless of what is going on, you can get a red text one. And if you get enough of them, you can basically just tell her you want to kill her repeatedly. Maybe you'll get that someday.
You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. The very ground beneath your feet loses its meaning. There is nothing but me. When you were confronted with my vessel's apotheosis, you chose to accept me, to allow me to burn away all doubt, and turn you into an instrument of my divine will. You accepted that I was everything, and together we found our purpose.
Hell yeah.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
It was you who stopped us from escaping.
We weren't ready for it then, but we are now.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. There's respite, it's welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
This is belief in the things you believe in, when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if you leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Slay the princess. I was told there was enough of you in me to preserve the meaning in existence. I'm going to trust that's true. I don't know about that one. Maybe on another run if I understand it better. For now, I don't feel like I have enough information to make that choice. To believe in that. Okay, let's just live. Yeah, let's be changed. We kill one universe, create another one. The things that things should be by default. Then we'll do other endings. Don't worry. Maybe this game will change my mind about things at the end of it. Okay, I'm ready to leave, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with
The poor people. You are the people. I am that person too. Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and curled, and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
I love you too. All at once the unyielding tension breaks. See, this is life. This is creation of life. And death. And life. You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
It is. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into the 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict it is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. For a second I read Todd Howard. No, Tony Howard. Arias. What a great game. What a great visual novel. Writing? Great. Sometimes a bit too long and wordy. I'm like, okay, I get that. Let's move on. But aside from that, great. Drawings amazing, and there's so many, and it's animated, and it's so amazing, and it's so great, and the voice acting, mwah, mwah. Both voice actors did a great job. The choices, the number of choices is as well mind blowing. It helps that each run is a little bit short, but I take that because the game as a whole is very long and great. Like, it's great. By just two people, then it's even more amazing. I'm assuming they want that decoder and the draw, yeah. And they both right. They did amazing job. Oh, sound assistant Krzysztof Wileński. So they had some outside help, some contractors, I guess. But yeah, it deserves all the good reviews it's getting. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of gratitude, this is a track order for a special playlist just for you. I'd like you to take a screenshot. You can hide the UI by hitting in. I mean, sure, I will take a screenshot. Now that you've finished the full story, for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access it from the main in-game menus under the Memories tab, and it's full of clues that will help you find and discover vessels and interactions. Happy hunting! Join the Discord. Join our mailing list. Join the subreddit. Follow us somewhere else. Make your playlist. Play our other game. Return to main menu. And that's it for today, basically. Amazing, amazing. I will return to it, maybe not immediately, but I think we'll be playing it more. I want to discover other vessels and discover more about this game, because I assume I will also discover more about the situation we're in. I feel like I still didn't know a lot. Check memories. Okay, so here are the vessels we don't have. For one princess. Which princess? She's unarmed, is she? Lock your fields away. Something when you cut something out of you, a piece of you lives with it. I'm clicking, nothing happens. You mean Dawn? The tower. I guess. Look how divine she is. I mean, yeah, I clicked on one I have. I guess it shows how many I didn't got. Many variants, yeah. Amazing. Like, the art is probably the thing I'm most amazed by, because it's so much drawing. So much. With all the variants. Blows my mind. And, you know, art is big part of what makes this game, honestly. The same was with Black Souls. I don't know, just less generic art style, a little bit sketchy, and I'm swallowing it up. Can you look the saves? What? What do you mean? I mean, load the game. There are saves. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. What do you want me to do? No, I didn't have. Maybe I have it. Who knows? But you want me to go get a princess from themselves on another stream, Sergin? On another one. Right now, I'm going to be setting up a raid over on Twitch, and thank you everyone for coming. Tomorrow is a collab with Runa Starbright. We're going to be doing some world building and art. We're going to be probably drawing a monster together and coming up with lore for it. But overall, schedule for the next week will be later. Tomorrow, maybe. And yeah. Oh my god. Again, thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate all of you. And kisses. Bye bye. Oyasumun.